Do not lose hope, do not be sad, do not lose hope, do not be sad.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'd, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Please repeat after me. As-salatu wassalamu alayki ya Rasulallah, wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. As-salatu wassalamu alayki ya Nabiyallah, wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah. Sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's the day of judgment. A terrifying day, the day of accountability, the day of great trials and tribulations. The entire creation of Allah Azza wa Jal is on the plains of resurrection, all waiting to know their fate. Now just imagine this, billions of people, and suddenly you are singled out and taken to the great place where Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam is present, and you have the opportunity to shake hands with the best of creation sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And all these billions of people are watching. What a great honor, what a great privilege, and what a great start to the day of resurrection. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is reported to have said that the one who recites Durood-e-Pak upon me 50 times a day, I will shake hands with him on the day of judgment. Subhanallah, 50 times a day, maybe it'll take 3 or 4 minutes, but you will reap the rewards in this world, in your grave, and on the plains of resurrection. You will get such honor and great pride and great privilege of shaking hands with the best of creation, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala, ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now depression has root causes, and some of those, unfortunately, we have helped to take hold in our mind, in our soul, and in our brain. And the more they grow, the more they take over our lives and they destroy our peace and tranquility. Initially, they are simple thoughts that come into our mind. Because we don't dispel them, suddenly they become monsters that eat our happiness. Today, we're going to talk about these diseases of the mind and start off with jealousy. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala, ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now the peace and tranquility of our mind is dependent upon the stableness of it. And if unnecessary things come into our mind, they can pollute and dilute your mind and soul and your thinking. Now, depression or anxiety are common things in society. And sometimes they're linked to events that surround you, things that you are worried about, or things that have happened to you. But quite often, they lie around other people. Your thoughts, your anxieties, your fears, your grief, your emotions are not about your own situation, but about somebody else's situation. Today we've developed a mindset that we have a view, and a negative view, about everybody. He's like this, she's like this, that's that, that's that. And the shaitan whispers into our mind a lot of things. It's like a virus. Your system is like a beautiful, clean computer. And suddenly, the shaitan injects a virus, a Trojan horse. And that is designed to corrupt your mind, to get rid of your peace and tranquility, and to introduce confusion, anger, hatred, enmity. Why? Because once you're in that state, then the shaitan can easily fight you. He can take you wherever he wants. He can make you miss your salah. He can make you do things. He can make you backbite and lie against people. This is why it is important to fight this disease at root cause level. Now, a lot of the time what happens is this, that the shaitan very gradually instills in our mind, oh, I don't like him. Why has he got that car? Why has he got that house? How come his child's successful? How come financially he's doing well? How come he looks good? How come he's tall, broad and good looking? And all these things are in our subconscious. So the next time that person is there, we start to think negative about them. We start to reflect on them rather than ourselves. And jealousy and envy and hatred start to creep in. And they create a toxic cocktail in your mind, where when you see a person, you want to throttle them. And yet that person has done nothing wrong. You have been overtaken by a disease which is one of the greatest weapons of the shaitan. The shaitan uses this hatred and anxiety to get you into depression, this jealousy, this envy, to get you into a state where you're no good to yourself and you're no good to others. The scholars write that this disease of jealousy, for whatever it is a very just one. Because before it starts to kill the person you're jealous of, it starts to kill the person who is jealous. It gets rid of your peace, your tranquility, your coolness of mind, and your calmness. It destroys your life first. And what it is simply you questioning the distribution of Allah Azza wa Jal. If Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed somebody with a ni'mat, who are you to question that? Who are you to say that why has he got it? Ya Allah, take it away from him. I wish he didn't have it. And remember, there is a definition for this hatred. I'm not talking about somebody saying, rashk as they call it, that, well, he's got something, Ya Allah, bless him, well, give me it also. That is a good thing. What I'm talking here about is what Amir al-Sunnah Damun Barakatumul Aliyah writes in his booklet of causes of a bad end. Amir al-Sunnah writes, hasad, jealousy, means desiring the loss of blessings of the person you're jealous of and desiring the same for yourself. He's got a nice car. I wish he has an accident and I wish I get that nice car or a similar one. He lives in a nice house. I hope he's evicted, but Allah Ta'ala gives me a good house or I get a good house. This is jealousy. The shaitan has got you in his grips. He's taken over your life and he's made you walk down this path. And this path is full of lies, backbiting, and troubles, trials, tribulations. But above all else, it's the root cause of your depression. You're thinking too much about other people. Why is he eating this and why is he doing that? And you're missing what is on the plate in front of you. You've got every blessing of Allah Azza wa Jal, but your mind, your soul, and everything, your thinking is all directed towards him. Why has he got that? When you bring all these things together, the shaitan has made a ticking time bomb. He has taken a person who's blessed with every blessing, made him jealous of somebody else. And now this person is living his life under a shadow, under a dark, gloomy cloud. Why? Because he's got every blessing, but why has somebody else got it? Hazrat Imam Ghazali Rahmatullah Alayhi says, actually, if you think about it very carefully, you know what is happening here? You are not objecting to him having it. You're objecting to the distribution of blessings by Allah Azza wa Jal. Na'uzubillah min zalik. What you're saying is this: my creator is unjust. He didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve that. I was better placed to have this. How dare they have it? Why has my Lord given it to them? Why has my Lord not given it to me? I want it taken from him and given to me because I am more deserving. Allah Azza wa Jal knows who is more deserving and who is not. Not you, not me. But by challenging the distribution of Allah Azza wa Jal, you are destroying your soul, your mind, your deeds. Envy, it burns your good deeds. Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, jealousy consumes good deeds as fire consumes wood. Now, what your jealousy has done is taken the good out of it, taken the enjoyment out of your life. You feel like you're the center of the universe. Wake up. You're not the center of the universe. You feel like life and everybody should evolve around you. Well, there's a famous saying that the graveyards are full of people who thought that the world evolved around them. It doesn't. The shaitan has subtly led you down a path of jealousy, of hatred, of enmity, of envy. And you are now in a dire strait. Whenever somebody's blessed with the ni'mat, you are upset. You go into depression. Whenever somebody's son is successful, you go into depression. Whenever somebody buys a new house, you go into depression. Whenever somebody's driving a fast car, you go into depression. The problem isn't out there. The problem is in here and here. Why? Because you are jealous of other people. And this trait of jealousy, you know where it comes from? It comes directly from the shaitan. The shaitan was the first to commit this sin. He was jealous of Hazrat Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. That's what it got him. It got him cursed by Allah Azza wa Jal because his jealousy led to arrogance and other problems. Today, our jealousy is causing our depression. Today, we're living a life under shadows, not because of what we don't have, but what other people do have. We have categorizations for people. And they are so deep-rooted in our mind and soul that he's like this and she's like that, that it causes our mind to distort. It's like virus after virus. We do tajassus, we spy on the people. That causes besakuni, it causes loss of peace and tranquility in your mind and soul. It causes anxiety, it causes fear, it causes grief. We look for faults in others. All we do is our life becomes an investigation of other people. Life wasn't for that. Your life was for an investigation, true, but that investigation was for yourself. You were the subject. I was the subject. It was important for me to look at my life, not the life of others. It was important for me to look at the attacks of the shaitan. It was important for me to analyze my thoughts, analyze my actions, and repent for them. But what have I done? I've analyzed every other person but myself. And that process of analysis, and then thinking bad about others, and being jealous and envious of them, as well as burning my deeds, as well as causing bad amal and causing other problems, one additional thing it's done is led me to severe depression. Forget about other people. Forget about what they have. If Allah Ta'ala blesses somebody, thank Allah Azza wa Jal and ask Allah Azza wa Jal to give him more. Ya Allah, isse aur de aur iske wasile mujhe de. Ya Allah, give him more. And because of him, give me as well. But don't take it away from him. That's what Amir al-Sunnah Damat Barakatum al-Aliyah writes. It's the thought that counts. You clear your thought processes. You rid them of jealousy and hatred and enmity, and you will save yourself from this burning fire that burns you day and night, burns your heart and your mind and your soul. Is aag se nikle. Get yourself out of this fire of hatred, of jealousy, of envy, and watch your depression disappear. This disease wreaks havoc on people. They concentrate on other people, the blessings others have. He's got a nice house, he's got a nice car, he's got good children. I want him to lose it. Why don't you look at yourself saying, Ya Allah, tera shukr, you've blessed me with a nice house as well. You've blessed me with a nice car as well. You've blessed me with good children as well. Person who's jealous. He's got everything, but he ignores his blessings. He ignores his self-worth. He ignores his skills. He ignores his qualities. He ignores the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal. His depression and anxiousness are all focused on one thing. Why has he got this ni'mat? The jealousy. And this jealousy leads him to low self-esteem, self-criticism, and low worth, and then gets him down this path of depression, anxiety, which lead to lying, backbiting, taking away that zest, that zeal to do the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal, that passion for the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal, for the work of deen. And suddenly, this person is down a slippery path. And who used to do good Madani work, who used to attend the Thursday ijtimas of Dawat Islami, who used to attend the Madani Kaflas, a sister who used to go to the ijtimas, now that she's in depression, gradually the shaitan's got her where he wants, got him where he wants him, and now he's going to lead them astray. So when they meet people, the backbiting, the jealous, and the jealousy is still there, and the people do that islah, and if somebody says to them, why are you backbiting your own brother for? They become angry and upset. Why? Because they don't want to accept and acknowledge this disease. A lot of brothers fall into depression because somebody's done something they don't understand. Or maybe some brother has committed a wrong, but that doesn't give us the excuse to start become jealous and envious and hateful of him. No. If we're privileged with the honor of doing the work of the deen of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, then why let the shaitan waste that? Why fall into the trap of the shaitan? Because this is what he wants to do. If you are praying your 5 times namaz, if you are praying the Quran every day, if you have a Madani environment in your home, if you're attending the Ijtimas of Dawat Islami, if you are attending the Madani Kafilas of Dawat Islami, if you are attending courses, if you're watching Madani Channel, if you're watching Madani Muzakra, you're listening to good things, your life evolves around the deen, the shaitan is tearing his hair out. He wants to find an in. He needs a way to capture you. He needs a way to destroy your peace and tranquility. He needs a route to try and get you off this path. And that route he uses is jealousy and severe depression. I'm depressed. What is the root cause of your depression? Well, let's look. He's got a nice car. He's got a nice house. His children have done well at university. This Islamic sister can do a great bayan. She can do a great naat. And she said this and she said that. And I've been working all my life. And suddenly the shaitan's got you. He's got you exactly where he wanted. The brothers who are steadfast, who take criticism, but say, I'm working for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, and I'm not bothered about anybody else. You'll see for years and years and years, those brothers just keep going and keep going. You think, what keeps them going? It's the love of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And they don't let the shaitan attack them with these ideas of jealousy and envy and hatred and everything else. No, they pray properly. And they say, Ya Allah, if somebody's done me wrong, Ya Allah, give him hidayat and give me hidayat as well. Let us be brothers and do the work of deen together. Let us be brothers and live life happily. Let us be brothers. Let us be sisters. Let us do things properly. Not be jealous of one another. Ya Allah, you've blessed him with ni'mats, give him more. And also, Ya Allah, bless me as well. This is what they do. It's all about the thinking. What we do is bitter hatred towards others. And those cause us severe problems. Don't try and compare your life with others. Live your life. Let others live theirs. They have their tests, you have yours. When you experience frustration, jealousy, feelings of inadequacy, then don't connect him to other people. Try and say, why am I jealous of him? Because the shaitan works subconsciously. Why do I not like him? And if you start to delve in your mind, we try to read other people, you see, this is the problem, we don't read ourselves. It's an old couplet which basically says, we try to read everybody else, even Pir Sahib, we want to know what his thoughts are. But have you ever considered your thoughts and how they dominate your life and where they come from? Or how the shaitan is deceiving you? It's time to think. Frequently, these feelings of inferiority, these feelings of the need to prove yourself, to do better than others, the jealousy, the envy, the hatred, the enmity, are the attacks of the shaitan. If you learn to dispel them, if you learn to question your thoughts, then gradually you will rid yourself of these viruses. If your thoughts are irrational, unexplained in relation to others, question yourself. Why do I not like this brother? He does the work of deen, he does everything. Okay, he likes to dress well, he likes to drive a nice car, but why do I not like him? Or this brother can speak well, why don't I like him? What's the problem? This sister, she's always ahead of everybody doing all the Madani work. Is that why I'm jealous of her? Is that why I don't like her? Is the shaitan telling me that she's all about showing off? How do I know? How do I know the state of her mind? How do I know the state of his mind? No. What it is, the shaitan has instilled in you hatred and enmity. And you have thought that those are your thoughts. They're not. They're the thoughts of the shaitan. And then those become deep-rooted and lead to severe depression. I've had lots of brothers who've approached and said, I've got all these problems. When you sit down and talk about them, there are no problems. It's just that he has certain feelings about one individual and he's doing wrong and he's doing this and he's doing that. And when you stand back and look at it and say, okay, well, everybody's doing wrong. What are you doing? What has the shaitan got you doing? Backbiting, telling tales, criticizing others unnecessarily with no shari reason, no shari justification. What are you doing? He's at least doing some work. She's at least doing something. What are you doing? And the answer comes back, well, I'm just sitting here being jealous and getting depressed. This is why we need to ask ourselves some questions. It is my life. I need to control my mind. And to control my mind and live a happy life, I need to control my thoughts. Why should I be jealous of anybody else? If Allah Azza wa Jalla has blessed him, that is the distribution of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and He knows best where to send His blessings. Look at all the blessings I've got. Make a list of all the good things in your life. Thank Allah Azza wa Jalla. Look at all the good things that have happened to you in the past, and thank Allah Azza wa Jalla. See, what we have is this selective memory, where we'll have a list of all the calamities that have occurred in our lives, and the shaitan will play those over and over again. So you've got a student who's failed one exam, and he's upset and depressed, and 15 years down the line, he remembers that one exam, or one calamity, or one incident. He's driving in a car, he had an accident, he broke his leg, or something like that. And he says, well, that happened to me. But what he fails to think back on is I did about 20 exams, and Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, by the grace of Allah Azza wa Jalla, I passed all of them. I actually went for a massive tour of half of the world. I drove thousands of miles, never had any accident, one little accident. Alhamdulillah, Ya Malik Tera Shukr hai. Thank Allah Azza wa Jalla. What do? We get jealous. The mind, the shaitan twists the mind. He distorts the images and the events of the past. Maybe some brother did something nasty to you 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And we still remember it. We can't take it out of our heads. Why? Oji mujhe bhulta nahi hai. Why? I'll tell you simply, because the shaitan keeps reminding you of it. That brother may have done 20 good things. The poor person made a mistake, yaar. Maan lete hain. Let's accept he made a mistake. But he's asked for forgiveness as well. You've not forgiven him, have you? You've held on to it. You've held that grudge. Well, who's paying the price for that grudge? Not him. You are paying the price, because you're holding your mind and your soul to ransom. Because of that grudge, your mind is polluted and diluted, and it is causing your depression. We need to change. We need to think. Do not envy other people. The glorious Quran tells us in Surah Nisa, verse 54. Or do they envy people, i.e. the Muslims, over that which Allah has bestowed upon them from His grace? The glorious Quran is telling us, how dare you envy? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in a beautiful hadith mubarakah in Musnad Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, the disease of the previous nations will spread amongst you, and it is the disease of jealousy and animosity. And it, i.e. jealousy and animosity, is like a razor. However, a razor shaves hair. This razor shaves your faith. By the one in whose hands my soul is, you will not enter paradise until you become believers. And you cannot become complete believers until you love one another. Shall I not tell you of that action which will strengthen love between you? Spread the greetings of salam amongst yourselves. Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is telling us that this disease will be rife. Don't be part of it. Try and fight animosity and jealousy. Don't lose your faith. It's very, very important that we change our ways. The first disobedience to Allah Almighty, which was committed through jealousy, was by Iblis the cursed, when he refused to prostrate to Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And it is this jealousy which provoked him to disobey. He uses this same weapon. In Tafsir Haqqi, what it says is this, that when Hazrat Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam was boarding everybody onto the blessed ark, he saw an old man. So he asked him, who's permitted you to board the ark? And this old man replied, I have come to spread the evil whispers into the hearts of the people, so their hearts will remain with me whilst the rest of the bodies are with you. Hazrat Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam said, O enemy of Allah, it was shaitan, O enemy of Allah, get off this ark, because you are damned. Shaitan replied, I destroy people by 5 tricks. I can inform you of 3 of those, but 2 of those I can't tell you. Allah Almighty sent a revelation to Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam. Say to him, I do not need to know 3, just tell me about the 2 that you're trying to hide. The shaitan then said, those 2 tricks have never brought me failure, nor have they ever made me a liar. And I bring people to the verge of destruction because of them. One of them is jealousy, and the other is greed. And it is jealousy which made me accursed and damned. Allahu Akbar. This is one of the biggest tricks of the shaitan. He plays with your mind. He makes you jealous of others, and he destroys the peace and tranquility of your mind while you're busy backbiting and lying and tale-telling and slandering and enjoying the distress of others, finding faults in Muslims, hurting Muslims. You think that it is having no impact upon you, but it is destroying your mind and your soul, and your depression comes from this. The more you engage in backbiting, you will notice that you feel a besakuni, an uneasiness, an anxiousness, a fear, a grief. It is your backbiting that you did a few hours ago, maybe a day ago. The more you indulge in slandering, in tale-telling, it will affect your mind, it will affect your life, it will affect your soul. You know when somebody's in distress, on the face of it we say, oh, I'm worried about you. But inside we're thinking, he was thinking something of himself. He was being arrogant. He thought he was something special. Now Allah Azza wa Jalla has put him in his place. Na'uzubillah min zalik. How dare you? And some of us go as far as to think, well, he was messing with me. That's why it's happened to him. You know what Imam Ghazali rahmatullah alayhi says about that? He says, you are full of arrogance. How dare you? You are saying that Allah Azza wa Jalla has decided something for somebody else because of you? Who are you? Your arrogance has led you to that. Arrogance has come from the shaitan. Allahu Akbar. This is why we destroy our mind and our soul and our hearts through this disease. This disease is very, very serious. And the day that we start to confront this disease of jealousy, hatred, enmity, and the day we start to clear our mind of this, and we start to learn this skill of staying away from it and helping ourselves, will be the day that depression starts to leave our life. If you stay in these diseases, you'll be lost for life. But if you move on and cure these, and you develop a qalb salim, a beautiful heart that has no rancor about anybody, has no hatred towards anybody, then you will reap the rewards. Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sees a companion coming and says, the next person to walk through that door is a Jannati, will go to paradise. The blessed companions turn and look, and a Buzurg walk through. Elderly man, just in wuzu. Next day, again, the best of creation sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gives the glad tidings. The next person to walk through that door is from paradise, is a Jannati. Again, they look, and guess what? The same person again, 2 days in a row. Wow. It happens for the third day as well. One of the companions, he sets out and says, I want to find out what this person does. That the best of creation, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the beautiful Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said for 3 days in a row, the next one to walk through that door is a Jannati, is from paradise. And this person has walked through 3 days in a row. He must be doing something special. He goes and stays with him for 3 days. At the end of the third day, he says, I'm not seeing anything special. You pray your salah, you read the Quran, but it's all that everybody else does. What is it that holds you out, that the best of creation, the beautiful Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has announced in his magnificent court that you are from the people of Jannah? And he says, there's nothing else that I do apart from one thing. When I go to sleep at night, I make sure that there's no hatred, jealousy, enmity, or anything else in relation to any Muslim in my heart. I clear my heart and I go to sleep. And it is this that the best of creation, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Prophet with knowledge of the unseen, has seen and given me glad tidings of Jannah. My dear Islamic brothers and viewers of Madani Channel, today we destroy our lives because of these diseases of the heart. Read up about jealousy, read up about enmity, about envy, about all these things. And watch, if you implement into your life the safeguards to get rid of these, then peace and tranquility will return to you. You will enjoy your salam more. You will enjoy the zikr of Allah Azza wa Jal. You won't be bothered about anybody else. Somebody next door could have mountains of gold and it won't bother you. Somebody next door could have every ni'mat under the sun and you could have nothing and it will never bother you. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi.
Do not lose hope. Do not be sad.
Now, the disease we've discussed today is jealousy. So the cures that I wanted to discuss were in relation to this. And what the scholars write is that one of the first things you need to do is repent sincerely in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal. And make dua, Ya Allah, cure me of this disease. Why am I jealous towards my brother if you have blessed him with such blessings? Ya Allah, forgive my sins, forgive his sins, help both of us. And in this way, the scholars write that you're praying in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal for forgiveness and for your brother, and Allah Azza wa Jal will bless you with peace and tranquility. Make dua in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal to get rid of this jealousy from your heart. Get rid of this stubbornness, these diseases, this hatred, and continually after every salah, Ya Allah, take out of my heart rancor, hatred of others, enmity of others. Then look at the blessings Allah Azza wa Jal has given you and thank Allah Azza wa Jal. Be content. Be happy with what you've got. If others have got more, it doesn't matter. You've been blessed. Look at those below you. Don't look at those who have more than you. You know, you're in the top 1% of the world. 99.9% have got less than you. You keep looking up at the 1% who may have more than you. Then, thank Allah Azza wa Jal. But as well as thanking Allah Azza wa Jal for your blessings, thank Allah Azza wa Jal for the blessings He's bestowed others. Ya Allah, give him more. Ya Allah, give him barakat in his earnings. Give him barakat in his work. Ya Allah, this Islamic sister, I'm maybe jealous of her. Ya Allah, bless her. Give her more. Give her sukoon. Pray for the other person. The scholars write, Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi writes, that this is a good way of getting rid of malice and hatred and jealousy from your heart. Pray for the person you're jealous of. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to bless them. Then look at the destruction of jealousy. How Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, it burns your good deeds. And then look at the destruction it leads to and the sins it takes you to, like backbiting, false accusations, evil suspicions. And know that it destroys the harmony of your mind and your soul. It destroys your peace. So try and get rid of this. Jealousy is a really bad, ugly disease that you want to get rid of. Ponder over the blessings that have caused the jealousy. Look at them and say, well, if he's got a nice house, Allah Azza wa Jal has blessed him. It's a test for him, but also it's a blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal. Who am I to question that? Focus on your own blessings. Focus on your own life. Don't focus on the life of others. If you continuously look at other people's things, look at social media and Facebook and look at what other people are doing, you will get jealous. But if you ignore other people and you focus on your life, then alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, you will be blessed. Take out hatred out of your heart. Why do you have views about everybody? Why do you have negativity? Why don't you have positivity? Why don't you have love in your heart? Why can't you be nice to everybody? Because the day you learn that skill of being nice, of being beautiful, of being caring, that day you will appreciate the beauty of the Sunnah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the most truthful. Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the best of mankind, the best of creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. And yet Aka Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was so loving and caring and so amazing that the world is mesmerized just by the beautiful smile of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When was the last time you smiled at your brother? When was the last time you smiled at your sister? When was the last time that you smiled at yourself? Don't cultivate this habit of jealousy, of this hatred, but try and be happy. Happy in the happiness of others. Be happy and you will find true peace and tranquility. If someone is blessed with a good house, be happy for them. Pray for them. If somebody has a nice car, be happy for them. If somebody's children passes their exams, be happy for them. If somebody's been given honor and respect, be happy for them. By being happy for them, you will display the signs of a truly successful person, an established person, and a person who is deserving of true blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal. Because you are happy at your surroundings, you're wanting to help others, you're taking steps towards good deeds, you're doing pious deeds by helping others. And when you do this and you develop this mindset, Shaykh Tariqat Amir al-Sunnah Daman Barakatum al-Aliyah says that you will have stepped onto the beautiful road of piety. And this road is so amazing that the harder and the more passionate you become on this road, the more the gardens of paradise open for you. Sallu al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Do not lose hope. Do not be sad. Do not